right, so streams initiated, and we're live. YouTube notice is up. All right, guys, it's Tuesday night. Typical Tuesday, we do our rum ramblings, but tonight's going to be a little bit different show. Tonight we're going to do a tribute to CJ, one of our brothers. As we all heard over the past week here that we lost CJ, passed away at the beginning of the month. We just found out. Thankfully, there's a lot of feedback, a lot of memories, a lot of posts on obviously the Diz and the Facebook page for the DisDads Club. As typical brothers, you know, we all come together in time of need and time of sorrow, and we remember the good times, cherish our brothership. So with the help of some call-in callers, we're going to kind of do again a tribute show and let everybody have a chance to say their piece about CJ and their memories. If you got a good story to tell, that'd be great. Adam and Terry, you know, here with us. My name is Joe. So, Adam, you want to kind of kick it off and do your part?
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of hard to figure out where to begin, so I guess I'll go in the beginning. Go Gators, CJ. The man loved his Gators. He loved his Dolphins. He gave me a lot of grief about the coach of my favorite team because of all that. We spent a lot of time over the years bantering back and forth about that, and he never failed to let me forget that. He also, we got to hang out a few times. Only a few times in person, but a few times when going through some bad spells and some things happening in my life, you know, he would hit me on Facebook or later would give me a call and just say, "Hey, bud, keep your head up. It's gonna be all right. You know, there's worse things in life than what you're going through." He was very much a good friend and very caring and cared about everybody. Adriana, I don't know whether you'll watch this or not, but he loved you immensely, and he was so proud of you, and he made us all proud of you. Your clan of uncles here, we're very proud of you. We're very much touched by the things that you've done and the way you've shared your life with the world and done the things that would make your dad proud. We want you to know that we all care about you and that we're here for you if there's anything that we can do. We loved your father. He was very much a part of us. He was one of our own. He was the one that would referee the fights or get in the middle and tell us to grow up when we needed to grow up. He was the one that would spur us on when we needed a little encouragement. He was always, not always out front, but he was always in the shadows to pat you on the back and tell you, "You did a good job, guys. You really succeeded here," or everything. And we all got to watch you grow up, Adriana. We got to watch you through his eyes, and you're as much a part of our lives because of that. Your father will never be forgotten in this group. CJ, my friend, thank you for spending a championship game with me, hanging out with us, putting up with cheering on my Tide, and enjoying times with us. I'm sorry that was the last time we got to hang out. We love you, brother.
Cheers, CJ.
Terry?
Thanks. CJ is one of those rare individuals who is able to sorry. You know, he left a hell of a mark on the group. He made us all strive to be better dads. But it went beyond that. Like we can see the love that he has for Adriana and how proud he was of her. And she should really be proud of that, because you say CJ's inspired us to be better dads, but he's inspired our kids too. Like my girls have kept track of Andriana's career, her through the whole Shark Week on TV, but also mainly through CJ's posts and the cool things that she was doing. And it's just, there's people you can know your whole life who hardly leave a mark. CJ has touched us all deeply, no matter how little or how much time we've been able to spend with him. And I'm very, very thankful for the time that I did get. It's a blast, and I'm proud to have called him a friend. I think we've got some people that would like to call in and mention a few words.
Yeah, so guys, if you have the number, call into the 314 line if you want to say comment about CJ, tell a story, share with us your experience when you met him, last time you saw him, or one of the best memories with him. Whatever the case may be, we'll give you a moment here and part of the stream to talk about CJ. What I'm going to do while we do that and take those online calls, because obviously if they're on the line, they're not in the video. So I'm going to transition over to a photo slideshow of all of the photos and things that I could find from the Facebook page. There's going to be quite a bit of photos. Well, maybe not a whole lot, but a good bit of photos. But I also captured some posts that CJ put up from the last DDC, many of Adriana's adventures and things as she graduated, many of her shark tagging adventures, and even one post that's significant to me during the Steve and Aaron battle days that CJ stepped in, like Adam said, and kind of put his hands up and said, "You guys grow the hell up and stop your infighting. If you're going to fight in the private messages and don't bring it to the public." So that's the kind of guy CJ was. He was a sage. He was our older brother. He was wiser than the most of us. He got involved when we were at the DDC conventions in Walt Disney World, and he hung out with us, and it was a great time. But the times he was in the shadows, he was watching and keeping track of what everybody was doing. He would keep up with our kids and our adventures and the things we were going on, and CJ was always quick to step in and say, "Hey, it'll be all right," or "I feel bad for you," and or kudos, like Adam said. He was always there to lend a comment, a hand, a support, some guidance, whatever it was. Like I said, he was a very sage, wise brother. He joined the group, I believe, January 9th, 2010. One of the photos, Don posted up the comment from the DisBoards of when he said, "I wanted to be in this group." And he put his story along the line. So as you guys go back and watch his video after we're done streaming, you'll be able to stop and read some of those posts. Like, again, I said before, they were all coming from the Facebook page, so I don't have access to anything that anybody else on the Facebook doesn't have. CJ and I hit it off based on the fact that, he saw my travels with Ariel, daddy-daughter trips, and knowing that I was a single dad, not so much doing it by myself, but many of my adventures after Ariel's mother and I split up were just Ariel and I, daddy-daughter, much like him and Adriana doing daddy-daughter. So we kind of clicked in that regards. Like Adam said, I'll echo it again. Everything he did, everything he shared with us in his personal life was about his daughter, was about Adriana, was about her, was about you, Adriana. He was as proud of you as he was proud of living. A very honorable man. And again, like Adam said, he showed us all how to be proper dads, showed us how to support our children, inspired us. Definitely in a key, important role in the group. I don't know what else to say at this point. We're going to miss you, brother. But we'll definitely always think of you when we're at Tambu Lounge, Tune-In Lounge, all the other frequent stops. Anytime we walk past the boardwalk, we'll always think of CJ. And I'm sure as time goes on, and you'll see some of the photos, that guys will constantly be raising a glass in your honor. So here's to you, brother. We love you. We're going to miss you. So I'll transition to the slideshow real quick, and hopefully Adam's got somebody on the line. We can take our first caller.
We've got somebody coming in, so just 1 second.
All right.
All right, we've got you on here with us, so introduce yourself and go ahead and share what you'd like to share.
Hey guys, it's Paul.
Hey Paul.
Thanks for doing this, guys. Actually, I'm watching the video right now as you guys are talking about it. It brings back memories. I just got back last night, actually from Disney World, and it was, I found out the night I was flying down that CJ passed, and it was awful, man. I mean, but it was just everything reminded me, of him. We stayed at the Swan, so I was walking by the boardwalk every day, and we swam at the boardwalk a couple days, and I think of CJ, and I'm going to ramble, and so I apologize. I couldn't put thoughts together, but I just missed the guy. Everything reminded me of the guy, right? I mean, I was walking by the boardwalk, and you think of him, and he was just such a creature of habit, right? Like the boardwalk was his place, and Tambu Lounge was his place, and I can so appreciate that because I'm the same way. I'm a creature of habit with everything down in Disney. I think a lot of us are. So you just appreciated how CJ was like that. So just kept seeing all these things and all these different experiences that we've all shared with him, and it just made me think of him. Everything I was walking by, rides that we had been on, the last few years, things we had done the last few times together. Couldn't stop thinking about the guy, and he's just like you guys said. I mean, he was a great guy, and I loved him. I absolutely loved the guy, and I go back. I don't know how many years ago we met. He was one of the first dads I met, and a lot of it was through running the marathons. And Andriana used to come down and run with us, and so when I first met him, he would ask me if I would just help her through, her first race, get her through the gates. And he just cared so much about her. And it was all about, it was our group, right? Is help each other raise our kids.
Right.
And it was so important to him that we would watch out over each other's kids. And that's how he and I really became really close, as I would, with the races and stuff like that, and Andriana running and stuff. And I think all you guys know, but, he would, consistently threaten to have her, shiv me during one of the races and take out my Achilles, and it just progressed into
I was wondering how that
but
came to be.
Yeah, that's how it was. I think it was because I would help the first few times, whatever she ran the race, I helped show her what to do and the ropes and all that kind of stuff, and he asked me to take care of her. But at some point it became a threat that if I didn't, or if I did something, because he and I would just give each other shit all the time. All we did was give each other shit back and forth. I think at one point he said, "Listen, I can't catch her, but she can, and she'll do anything I ask. So I'll have her cut your Achilles in one of these races." And that was just vicious. I mean, that's just vicious. And so, but it's hysterical. And so, it never died. And so, I have a million memories with that guy down there. It feels like, from all the DDCs we were down there with him, it feels like he was at everything with us, right, Joe? I mean, he was at everything.
Yeah. I mean, that was one thing, is he didn't really care a whole lot about getting involved in all the rides, and he would pick his meetups and stuff, but we knew he was always there, and that was the most important thing for him, is to hang out with us. As much as we got to talk about his daughter and stuff, he enjoyed the time with us.
Yeah, and I think back even to, I think it was 2 years ago, at the, I don't think it was this past one. I think it was 2 DDCs ago, when Andriana came with her friend, and we had the cookout. And it was important to him that we made the friend feel at home too. We made her friend feel like she was welcomed, and he was so happy. He would not just. I think at that point he trusted us enough, and Andriana knew us well enough, and but that was even so important to him, right? That her friend felt comfortable and that we made her feel at home, and he was so appreciative of that. Like, that's just who he was. He cared about her and her friends, and so I always, it's those kind of memories of him, and like you guys said, the things that he got involved with, and he'd come in when you least expected it, and you didn't even know he was paying attention, but he'd come in to squash a beef, or just to be that dad who was like, say, guys, smarten up. He was always there, and he was always very present in a way that I think was very special for a dad and for a friend to be. He just was there, whether you realized it or not. He was there, and you would realize it when you needed to most. I think that's right. Who he was.
Agreed. Yeah, that particular post about him closing out the DDC, I think it was 5, like you said. That comment he made about not only making Adriana welcome, but her friend is welcome as well too. I copied that post, and it's in the slideshow here. So somebody goes back and watches the video, wants to pause and read it, that didn't get to see it the first time. It's there. It's in the slide loop.
Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah, but he was a good guy. I told this story. I'll leave you with one of my favorite stories of him. I told this on the Facebook page when I was posted my piece about him. Oh, and I just, as I'm saying that, I see the picture of him lapping up the drink that I put there too. But one of my favorite. It was just him in my memory of him, and was when I went down that year at the race in the marathon, and all the dads were texting me and calling and making sure I was okay. And am I okay? And he just texted me this real dickhead, hysterical comment about Curse of the Black Pearl, which, I had gotten the Black Pearl at Trader Sam's like 3 nights before, and I was all excited about it, and I made a big deal out of it. And we were joking around about it the days before. And, that's what he texted me, is Curse of the Black Pearl. And it just was like, it's just so him, And then he followed it up, of course, with, I care about you, and I want to make sure you're okay. And he was very, of course, he was great, but just that's what he came with, and just the sharp wit and the humor and knowing kind of what to say at the moment.
Right thing at the right time.
It's one of my best memories of the guy. Yeah, exactly. So it's one of my best memories of the guy. But there are many, and I'm sure other people will call in and share, so I don't want to hog the time, but appreciate you guys doing this.
He was always good at giving you the dig, but also giving you the hug when you needed it too.
He was, and he'd always check in, and he'd always want to know what was going on. He was always, he was always looking out for things for my kids. That's another thing I don't know why I just remembered. My son loved Stinky Pete from the Toy Story thing, and before Toy Story had its own land and all that stuff. My son was a little kid, like 2 or something, like 3, whatever, loved Stinky Pete. And we could never find a Stinky Pete toy, but every time CJ and Adriana went to the parks, CJ would text me, looking for Stinky Pete, can't find Stinky Pete. And, it was just one of those things. Like, he'd think of me and think of my kids and stuff like that. He was just that guy, So, just a real solid dude. Just, he is really going to be missed.
Yeah, hugely.
All right, well, the phone line's open.
Well, thanks, guys. I do appreciate you guys doing this. So you guys are great to put this together. And it's fun. It's fun to look at these pictures and reminisce on him. He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we've been using this medium for, the DDC 7 and, stepping things up for the next year. And it just made sense that we could take a pause in the whole conversation about what we're doing and think about CJ and say, look, this medium's just as easy to be used to talk about any one of us. So, again, here's to CJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Well, guys, we got the phone lines open. Paul, you're welcome to hang out with us for a few minutes. We still got an open slot.
All right, I'll love to. You guys just hang up on me when you need to.
Yeah. We will take a moment here and remind everybody that's listening. We are taking up a collection to try to help Adriana with some things. We don't really know what situation she finds herself in now, but being, the only daughter, that's what we do. We always try to take up stuff and do things. Randall was kind enough to head that. If you need that information, you can contact Joe, Terry, or myself, and we will get you Randall's contact. Or you can find him on Facebook or the Diz or one of our others, and we can get you the contact information for those donations. But guys, we're not obligating anybody to do anything. It's just something that we're trying to do, to be nice, to love on one of our own, and we take care of our own around here. It looks like Randall, speaking of Randall, has joined. So, Paul, I'm going to go ahead and return you to the queue. Drop whenever you're ready, and I'm going to get ready to bring Randall in.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
Paul.
Good night, CJ. Thank you. Okay.
All right, Randall. I think we got you on here now. Randall? Okay. Let's see if that
How about
works.
now?
We have you on. Yeah, we've got you on now, Randall.
Hi, I'm
Hey,
Randall
Randall.
Hubert, and I'm a DisDad.
Here, here.
Glad to have you.
And CJ was my friend. So, you know, you guys are talking how great CJ is, and he was. He was an awesome guy. He is an awesome guy. But I got to tell you that when we first met, now Jody and I, Jody's been to almost every one of the DDCCs. I've been to every one. CJ was at all of them. Scott's been at all of them. But when we first met CJ, oh my God, he rubbed us the wrong way. He was a New Yorker from Miami. Oh my God. He smelled because he smoked. He drank. I mean, we're drinking beers. I mean, come on, we're beer drinkers. He's drinking his mixed drink. And I mean, the only redeeming factor he had was his lovely daughter sitting next to him through the whole time. So, but I tell you, over the years, God, that man wore on us. I mean, it was like all of a sudden, it's like, this is the greatest guy in the world. And, you know, he kind of made going to the DDCC excellent and getting on the boards and seeing him. Now, on Facebook, he didn't post as much, but on the Diz board, he posts almost every day. He was talking about what he was up to. He was talking about what Adriana was up to. He was talking about, you know, re-encouraging some of the guys on what was happening with their lives and their kids and their wives and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you know, he cared. And I think that's what made CJ is he cared. So, one of the things that I miss most about him is that he told us about his daughter. So we're very vested into his daughter. I mean, you know, we're all watching what her next adventures are. She's heading off to Hawaii next month. And I think that's, you know, that is something that we're going to feel in the next few months, the loss of that going on, that we won't have that communication from him. So I don't know if she's going to step up and let us know what she's doing. Right now, she's just really busy, so it's hard to talk to. I can get three words out of her for the most days. Finally today, as you guys saw on the post, that she finally let us know what's going on and what had happened. So, but she's really busy with her thesis and doing lab work and, you know, being herself. So
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Anyway, yeah, so I mean, she's a college girl. You know, she's going to be out there. I mean, I really want to be close to her because she's going to make money, and I want to be part of that. You know, she's going to be somebody. Yeah, so the rest of you bums that I hang out with, you guys aren't making enough money to support me. So, you know, if I figure I'd catch them young, I might be able to get a chance.
Right. So I guess in the middle of a chat here, it's a plea, Adriana. We ask that you keep in touch, and we ask that you stay involved. And if you can so much as muster the opportunity to come to the DDCC, you're always welcome, as you always have been. We're going to miss having your face around. Go ahead.
If you can't make a DDC, just dropping a line into Randall or any one of the DisDads. Just let us know how you're doing. We've cheered you on, and our families have cheered you on. So we'd like to continue that connection.
You're a Diz niece. You've got hundreds of uncles. We want to know.
Yeah, your dad kept us informed, and now you have to take that up and keep us informed of what you're doing. So because your dad was an awesome guy, and Adriana's an awesome girl, lady, woman. And as I've said, she's no longer the pirate queen. Prince says she's the pirate queen. King is dead. Long live the queen. So, anyway, that's really what I got. Oh, and Jody told me something. It's like I really don't have any great stories about CJ. He was just a great guy. But she pointed out to me that one of his little nuances was he hated the cold. I mean, he's a New York guy. I mean, he knows what's cold, but he hated the cold, and it's been like really cold the last couple of years down in Florida for the con. And I mean, he's wearing this like really lightweight Letterman jacket type of thing, and he's just shivering the whole time. It's like, man, get some warm clothes.
People in Florida don't have those.
On safari, that just about killed him. I thought he was going off as Olaf there. That was a chilly morning, but that did him in for the day. He was looking for Adam's tub there after that, I think.
Yeah, we agreed on the cold. I don't like the cold either, and we talked about that multiple times. And he was like, you just wait on, you whippersnapper. It's gonna get worse as you get older. And I'm like, dude, don't curse me. I can't handle it now. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like in another 20 years. And but yeah.
Yeah. So, hey Murray. He liked Tambu Lounge. That was his favorite attraction. So,
yeah, Tambu Lounge, Bellevue, and Tune-In Lounge. I think those were his top three.
He was kind of partial to the Trader Sam's too. So,
yeah, that one grew on him. He wasn't real sure about it to begin with.
Yeah, it was kind of dependent on what we had going on, especially during the DDCC. If one of us or a group of us were around, then that's where he headed.
Paul screwed that up for him. Paul screwed that up, Trader Santa, with that Curse of the Black Pearl. I mean, he just kind of made it a bad taste in CJ's mouth. Go back there, right? So we talked about donations.
We did, but you can go ahead and say something.
Well, if you don't have a PayPal account and you want to donate, and I want to tell you that no matter what amount you give, if it's from the heart, it's enough. It doesn't matter if it's $2 or 2,000. If it means something to you and you can afford it, then definitely donate, please. She's going to Hawaii. She's going to need something. She's got all these expenses. She's got I'm not pushing her for details. Her dad's DVC's she's got to do something about that. She's got to do something about the house, so on and so forth. Or she's shipping her car out to Hawaii. She's got to get to Hawaii. I don't know what she's doing. Like I said, I don't know what she's doing with the house or what. But so she's got expenses. So we'd like to in some way help her with that. And I haven't been able to get anything out of her yet on what she really needs, other than probably me quit bugging her. But at least we'll have something that we can at least send to her, so she'll have some money when she gets to Hawaii, if nothing else.
Right.
So you can donate on PayPal. Send it to the KNM.
We'll save that address there, I think, eh?
Okay, that sounds
They
good.
can contact you directly through either Facebook or the Disboards or whatever. This just might go out publicly at some point, so.
Yeah. You can send me a PM. You can send me an email at that KNM Books at yahoo.com email if you don't want to send a check. I mean, send a PayPal. You could use that just to contact me. So anyway, everybody who's given, really appreciate it. More coming in. A lot of snail mail is being promised, and I'm being told that it's being mailed. Some mailed today. So we'll see that start pouring in here. It's going to be like, coffers of money that we're going to be able to give her. So I think that's just awesome. So anyway, that's all I got, guys.
So Randall, you said that we're just going to leave it open for a while, so we got no deadline to meet here. So if people are looking for alternate paydays or whatever, then we'll still take the money later on down the road.
Exactly. Yeah, the other side of it is that if she leaves in a month, I kind of like to get it to her before she leaves. But then again, I don't want it to get lost in the mail or anything. So I'll get it over to Hawaii or whatever. So, but anyway, alrighty, guys, good show. Thanks a lot for doing this.
Well, thanks
Thank
for
you,
calling in, Randall.
Love you, CJ.
All right, we got open
Bye-bye.
slots, guys. If anybody else wants to call in and share, we'll make this, as long as you guys want. Yeah.
Just going back to what Randall brought up there about CJ and his love of cold. I come from the Arctic. I've seen some really cold people in my time, but the last EDC, CJ coming off the safari ride, I don't think I've seen anybody that was as cold to the bone as he was.
Yeah, that was a cold morning. We were out and about that morning. I think Paul
It was just
two
above
of us
freezing that morning.
had gotten up real early that morning and gone to Animal Kingdom. And that photo right there with everybody in shorts and t-shirts, maybe we'll have a year like that this year.
Let's hope.
We're due.
Yeah. So we're waiting on anybody else that has something, sitting here and watching these pictures scroll by. There is a story behind every one of those photos.
Yeah.
And there was more of a story going on off to the side in every one of those photos.
Yeah, you can bet he was poking fun at us and giving Raz just as good as the next guy, because that's just who he was. Guys, if you don't have a whole lot of history with CJ, even if you just wanted to comment and call in and say, hey, everything I heard, he was a great guy, and cheers and kudos to him and salute, and whatever it may be, short, long, feel free to call in. It doesn't have to be a long story.
Here's Darcy. We're going to bring Darcy on the phone.
Excellent.
Hey, Darcy, another one of those northern guys.
Hey, guys,
Hey,
how you
Darcy.
doing?
Hey, Darcy.
Man, I didn't realize how tough this was going to be.
Yeah, I know. Just hang in there.
I've been listening to all you guys talk. And, excuse me. I only met CJ once. We tried to meet up a couple times, but we've done a couple of cruises out of Miami, so we always reached out. Tried to meet up, and first time was a couple of years ago when we were there at Christmas time, and we were actually in Miami Christmas Day, and ended up at a Heat game. And when we had already talked and realized we weren't going to be able to meet up before the cruise, and we were leaving to come home right after. And when he found out I was at the Heat game, he gave me crap for not letting him know, because he said he would have came to the Heat game with us. And I was like, well, man, I'm not going to take you away from on Christmas Day. And he said, what's the matter? We go. That type of thing was just what CJ was all about. He wanted to share with everybody, and it's just amazing. And we finally did get to meet this past March when we were there. And we spent a couple of days after the cruise, and we met up for dinner at the Bayside Market, and I think he had to take Ariana to the airport that day, so he took public transit in, and tour about that for a couple hours that night. Quite the time getting in, I guess. But I think Randall mentioned this a little while ago, but the first time meeting up with him and him having his mixed drinks, and everybody being beer drinkers. We met up. We hadn't really decided where we were going to go eat. The first place he took us was to a bar that served a lot of craft beer. He said, I know you're big into the craft beer, so I thought this might be a good place to go. But we didn't end up going there because my son didn't really care for the menu too much. But we went down in another little restaurant and had some food. He had a couple of drinks with us, and then they met us. And came with us to the Heat game that night. And he was having trouble getting around a little bit, so he sent us on ahead. Said, I'll meet you there, and I'm not going to hold you back. I'm not walking very fast. So we got there. When we got to our seat, we realized we were 2 rows from the top of the arena, and I'm thinking, my God, he's had a hard time walking over here. He's going to have fun getting up these stairs. So when he got there and came up, he never waited. He came right up to the top, and he had no problem getting up there, and he sat there with us the entire time, watched the game, explained a little bit about the Heat's past and where he thought they should be going. But so we had a really nice night, and unfortunately, that was the last, the only time I really got to see him in person. But like Randall mentioned, CJ kept in touch with everybody mostly through the Discord. I know there's not a lot of us still there, but I've managed to hang around there. And the posts, I think one of the last posts I got from him was right after my son had himself playing ball, and he just sent a message to check in on him like he always did. And like that, like everybody else has said, that's indicative of the type of guy that CJ was. And I'm certainly going to miss hearing from him.
Yeah, he genuinely cared about all of us and all of our kids. He always checked on the girls and asked questions, and he never hesitated.
Yeah, many of us are in the same kind of genre as CJ was, right? So we generally care about our kids, but we also care about everybody else's kids, and that's just kind of how we've developed this brotherhood over the years. Is these guys that you hang out with are going through the same things in life that you are. Some of them have gone through divorce. Some of us gone through life changes and careers. Some of us have kids. Some of us have lots of kids. And CJ was one of us. He was good at communicating, again, how much he loved his daughter, and he was very interested in how much we all loved our kids. And that's what made us all brothers. So you couldn't ask for a better friend.
Here, here.
True that, man. Yeah. Just to see these pictures go by again, and that picture that Paul explaining about him soaking up the spilt drink, man. When I saw that the first time the other night, I just laughed my ass off. But and I chuckle every time I see it. But
yeah, I
could see him doing that after.
That's a classic Bellevue picture. So there's the Bellevue that's scanning through on my side. It'll probably show up in the feed here shortly, but. We were doing a beer crawl, or a pub crawl, if you will, boardwalk crawl. I guess that was DDC 5. And Bellevue was our first stop. And we all went to the bar there and got a drink. And we all were sitting in the lounge chairs and the couches around. And CJ grabbed his and sat down. And the minute he set it down on the little Foot Locker-looking little stool there, tilted it right over and went straight up on top of the locker. And that was his first response. Is like, dang it, that's my drink. So he, just. Now he went up and got another one, but he wasn't going to let that one go to waste either. So that's why Paul caught the moment. He's like, that should only happen to CJ. If it could happen to anybody else, I'd much rather it happen to CJ. That was, again, one of those moments where we were poking at each other, laughing and pointing, but it was a classic moment.
Thanks for letting me call in and ramble there for a few minutes, guys. And I think this is the reason why we're getting to do this. But I appreciate that you guys are doing it, and look forward to seeing you all and meeting most of you in January. So thanks, guys, and we'll hopefully talk soon.
Absolutely, Darcy. Glad you called in.
Thanks, Darcy.
Yeah, see you in January, Darcy.
Oh, we got some other call. Let's see who we got here. Oh, we got Mike on here. Let's bring him in.
All right.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. It's Mike McCabe.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Just thanks, guys. Thanks for doing this. Been on the boards. That's where I met CJ and the rest of you. Finally got my dead button gear to get to DDCC. Losing CJ kind of hit hard. I never got the chance to meet him, so it was pretty much a kind of a kick in the groins. But him and I had some fun. I think it was because our daughters were both going through college at the same time, and so we got to share a lot. And we've been able, mostly on the boards, though, breaking guys' chops about their daughters and their first dates and dances and things of that nature. So we were able to be kind of the two old farts giving everybody a little bit of grief. And so today, I think it was today or yesterday when the other guys, but Norm over on the Dis board's daughter got her license last week or two ago. And when she was getting her permit, the joke was, yeah, just wait, she's going to hit something. And we all hope it's something light. You know, everybody has their first little one, and Norm was like, no, my girls aren't going to do that. No. Well, she took a mailbox out with her mirror the other day, so it gave me the opportunity to bring CJ back into the Disboards a little bit yesterday and said, you know, I remember a couple of old farts that told you she was going to hit something, and you were arguing with us. So, so a little bit of that CJ humor is still alive and kicking. So the biggest thing, just how proud he was of his daughter and how great she's turned out. So I hope she does well. Randall, thanks for sharing. I know she's I think she said she's still following that dream to Hawaii, which is great. And, you know, that's the legacy CJ left behind was Andriana. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to meet any of them yet. So, you know, I hope she checks in on this and sees everything you guys have done for her and getting everything going. And, you know, so that was it. Just wanted to call in and say, hey, thanks for doing this, guys. And God bless you, CJ.
Yes.
Yep. Here. Thanks for calling in, Mike. Absolutely.
Yeah, take care, guys.
All right. So yeah, I mean,
Thanks, Mike.
it just goes to show you that this small world that we live in, this small digital world that we've all become a part of, that, you know, even if you don't meet somebody face to face, that doesn't mean they're not your friend. That doesn't mean you don't care about them. I think CJ showed us that time and time again, that, you know, you don't have to see somebody every day. You don't have to talk to them every day to be part of their lives. And, you know, it just reminds us that, you know, we need to hold on to what we got and hold on to these friendships and don't forget, you know, what we could lose any moment. You know, I was looking forward to, you know, I had found out that, you know, in September I was going to get to run down there, and our first day that I was going to be down was going to be towards the last day that he was going to be down, and we were going to overlap for a day. And I was looking forward to that, trying to see if we could catch up, and it wasn't finalized until after we got the news. And then I was looking forward to, he was talking about coming up and watching the ball game with us on Monday night. He enjoyed that enough that he said, I don't care who's playing, we'll watch that game again. And there's going to be times we're not going to get to have.
Yeah. Yeah, for the guys that were on the Facebook page, again, that's why I kind of bumped up some of those other posts, some of his last comments from the DDC and some of his last posts from the Facebook page of, you know, the things he's shared about Andriana. It's you know, we value his comments and his life and Andriana's life just as much as we value our own. So we've said it 100 times here so far, and you know, we're all brothers, we're all family, and we all care about each other just as much as we care about our own. And it's a rough month, and it's going to be a rough DDC. Like when Paul said, you know, when you walk by all these places that you know that's CJ's favorite, or CJ. You know, you go back and look at some of the posts on the Facebook page specifically. There was never a shortage of guys who might have been by Tambu Lounge or the Tune-In Lounge or Bellevue and took a photo and said, where the hell is CJ? You know, because we all knew where he was supposed to be. And just a common running question, a running joke, you know, when you walk by those places. So it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it is. Let's see, we got somebody else calling in, so let's see who we got here.
Again, guys, if you're listening, feel free to call in.
Yeah, we're just, it looks like Timmy is calling in, so hang on a second, Tim, I'm going to drop you in here. Hey, Timmy, you're on with us.
Oh, all right, hang on. Let me mute my computer so we're not getting there we go. Okay. We didn't need all that feedback from the computer. How are you guys?
Well, you know, under the circumstances, we're doing all right. We're doing. Glad you could call in.
Yeah, I was sorry, I was cooking and making a lot of noise earlier, so I would have called earlier. But anyway, so if all of you got your glass, I got my glass. Raise your glass to CJ.
Yep.
Cheers, CJ. We're gonna miss you. DDCC4. I can't believe it's been 3 years now. I can't believe it's been that long. I felt so happy and so honored that that CJ wanted to bring Adriana to meet me and Angie, just all by ourselves. Just he said, pick a spot, let's have dinner. And so I said, hey, how about the Wave? I think they were planning to be in Magic Kingdom that day anyway. So the Wave was no big shake for him. So I've got some pictures somewhere of Angie and me that day, but I don't think, somehow or another, I think I escaped without getting any pictures of me with CJ that day. But it was like we had always been friends all our lives. He just came up, he hugged me, and, we talked, and it wasn't weird, it wasn't strange at all. And Adriana just became, our daughter. She was just there and in the moment. And man, Angie and Adriana just talked while CJ and I carried on. And so when we were done with dinner, we thought, hey, we're here in the Contemporary anyway. Let's just go up to the top of the world, and so he could introduce me to his bartender up there. So we went up there, and for whatever reason, the bartender was kind of out of sorts that night. And he's like, he's not usually like this.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he needs some of the drinks he's feeding us. I don't know.
He was probably starstruck.
Oh, right. Sure. Starstruck between CJ and me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God, that was just, 4 or 5 hours of pure brotherhood. It was just a time where, we didn't know anybody else in the place other than the bartender that was out of sorts. And, we just talked just like we'd always known each other, and we're just catching up on things. And,
he was easy to talk to, and he would always make you feel at home, or he might give you a hard time about something, but then if he wasn't real sure whether you was taking him serious or not, he go, I'm just messing with you.
Oh yeah.
Or his phrase was, I'm just busting your chops, but boy, it'll be all right.
Well, he never even needed to say that to me. I mean, we could kid around and push each other around a little bit, and it was just hilarious. And Andriana is such a sweet girl, and I'm afraid that she'll never cross our paths again, because it's Hawaii versus Florida, and unless she's doing something off of Tortuga or the Bahamas or something, I don't know, maybe we can figure something out, but it's just hard to think about not seeing either of them again.
Yeah.
Well, I have to think that she'll want to kind of get back across the states at some point, right? Because what do people in Hawaii do? They go on vacation elsewhere,
Right, exactly. You're landlocked in Hawaii. What are you going to do? Oh, let's go to Disney World. Hey, yeah.
Right.
So, I don't have any other great stories other than that, but that was just an amazing time that I just got to bond as brothers and let the girls be girls, and that was just a heck of a good time.
Right. No, it's the true definition of friendship, right? It's people who have things in common, who carry on a common conversation and can talk like you've known each other for years. And that was the great thing about CJ, right? That's kind of when you see in his last couple of posts about the DDCs that he's been to is, I look forward to 300 and some odd days from now doing this again with you guys, because, you can separate friends miles and miles apart and days apart, but when they come back together, they carry on like, no time has passed. And,
exactly. And, I remember his posting that, gee whiz, guys, I'm going to be solo with this DDCC because Adriana's taken this job in Hawaii. And we were all just so proud of her, and just, that was so great. And that's the thing about us as a brotherhood is we rejoice with, those victories along the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the innate thing we do as dads. Right? You want to pat yourself on the back, and you get your brothers to pat you on the back too. It's like, look, I did something right. I may have not done a whole lot right in my own life, but I'm doing something right with my kids, and that's great.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's something we can all take with us. So, anyway, I just wanted to call in and say, hey guys, and share my memory of CJ. And
thanks, Tim.
we're gonna miss him, but we're gonna lift it up in January, aren't we?
Absolutely.
You got that right.
Probably several times.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing you and Angie in January there, Tim.
looking forward to seeing you guys and Adam, getting to meet you and all the other people that I know are listening in, like Carl. You guys that if we've not met before, we're looking forward to it. So
we're going to fix that.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a few months then.
All right,
absolutely.
See you then.
Take care now.
All right, guys, we still got some time left on here. Clock's ticking a little bit. If anybody else wants to get in, we'll leave it open for just a few more minutes, and then we'll get ready to kind of wind down here.
Yeah, you've heard our feedback. You've heard some of the guys call in, and there's again, it's evident that CJ's touched everybody's lives a little bit, and we've definitely got in touch with his as he shared all of his time with Andriana through Facebook and through the Diz, and it just, this is his moment. This is his show. I don't know if any of you guys noticed on, I believe, the Facebook page, and it probably made it to the Diz as well. We all did kind of a red shirt day last week. On Friday, it was kind of last minute, very impromptu, but I think Michael Lake kicked it off and said, I'm wearing my red for today. And then a whole bunch of guys followed suit, so we all went and got red shirts on and said, hey, today's red shirt day for CJ. But it's the kind of things that you'll just stop what you're doing to go represent a brother or help a brother out and think about them, because that's just who we are. We are DisDads. We are brothers. We're brothers in life. We're brothers in family. Disney just happens to be the common platform we all leverage that meetup with.
Amen. Looks like we got somebody else calling in right quick. Let's see who this is.
Awesome, guys. Keep calling. We need you.
If I can get... Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys. It's Murray.
Hey, Murray.
As you guys know, I'm a field director, so I know what you guys are going through, and I really want to express my sympathy to all of you guys. I didn't know CJ at all, but I'm getting to know him tonight real quick. As you guys will share stories of CJ, and I really I'm sad that I won't be able to meet him in person in January. But I'm also, like I said on the board the other day, I'm a celebrant for funerals, and usually when I do my services, I use a poem that ends in "We will remember him." And reminds me of the song and the setting. We'll remember him, and kind of as we were going through tonight, I kind of wrote down some things to kind of honor CJ and how we will remember him at the DisDads. So if you guys don't mind, I'll share that with you. In the watching of his daughter grow, we will remember him. In the getting threatened by him, we will remember him. In the passing in the boardwalk area, we will remember him. In the drinking of mixed drinks over beer, we will remember him. In the smell of smoke, we will remember him. In the encouraging of Adriana, we will remember him. In the drinking of the Tambu Lounge, we will remember him. In the shivering cold, we will remember him. In poking fun at the guys, we will remember him. In being a mediator, we will remember him. In chance meetings at a heat game, we will remember him. In slurping up a spilt drink, we will remember him. In sharing stories over our daughters, we will remember him. In sharing watching a ball game, we will remember him. In having a drink at the Tuning Lounge, we will remember him. In having favorite bartenders in Disney World, we will remember him. In making you feel like you knew him forever, we will remember him. In picking up where you left off, we will remember him. And again, in having a drink at the Tambu Lounge, we will remember him. And this, quickly just close with, eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon him. May he rest in peace. And may his soul and all the souls who faithfully parted through the mercy of God rest in peace. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thanks, guys, for letting me share. And I just,
thank you, Murray.
To share that with you and, memorialize him as best I could. Like I said, not knowing him, but, I'm really mad that I couldn't meet him. But I'll meet him in the spirit of you guys. I'm sure, as a younger his dad, and, newer member, help to carry on his legacy through you guys. And I appreciate, and can't wait to meet all you guys come this January.
Absolutely. Same here, Murray.
Yeah.
See
you in a few months, Murray. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Well, guys, I don't know that we can say much else. If there's anybody else that wants to call in while we're wrapping up and has something they want to share, that'll be great. If not, guys, continue to share stuff on the boards, on our Facebook channels. CJ may be gone, but he's definitely not going to be forgotten.
Nope.
Joe, don't put the video back up.
Okay.
We were gonna, just leave it the way it is. I don't know what else we can say that hadn't been said, and I think we can go ahead and we'll close this out here with a couple of last messages. If you want to help Adriana out as part of our brotherhood, get in touch with Randall. Be thinking about how you want to do that. If you're willing, don't feel obligated, but every little bit can help. If there's something somebody else wants to do or wants to know, Randall's been our point of contact, and we'll go through that. Looks like we've got somebody else that joined in. I'll go ahead and click them through. Hey, go ahead. Whoever
Hello.
it is. Hey.
Adam.
Yes.
Adam, it's Carl.
It's who?
Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
Did I lose?
How you with?
We're hanging in there, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah, we know you're busy, but go ahead. Thanks for calling in.
Oh, I'm already on?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on, bud.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, pretty much can't say anything that everyone else hasn't said already about their, meets with CJ. He was just one of those guys that, quite quiet on the boards, but you sure got your instant messages from him and your text messages from him, and he was always checking in on you. So, I know when there was a time when I was in the hospital and whatnot with all my health, CJ was there every day sending me some messages, checking in on me. And the two of us always kind of went back and forth, joking about each other's health. And that son of a bitch took it too serious and thought it was a game. He wanted to win it. But once he realized it wasn't really a game. But pretty much everyone, kind of touched base and said everything else about him, Can't add much to it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to, thank you guys for doing this. Paul, pretty much with the explain the shit, he liked his girl, everything was about his girl.
Yep. He was a dad first, but he was still our brother.
Sure was.
And I think everybody said it, in individuality is like, what we all had a moment. Some of us never got a chance to meet him, but you can hear through the rest of us that, a great friend, a great brother, a great father, most importantly. It's what we all strive to be in life.
Exactly.
It's what we all strive to do for each other. Paul knows, drop of a hat, any one of his brothers will be there to help him out. You saw the same thing. Somebody will be there at the drop of a hat to help you out. It doesn't take much in this group of friends, in this group of brotherhood, to help one of each other and keep us back up on our feet. and support us and support our families when it's important.
Yep. He left a high bar for us to hold up.
Yeah, I did have some of the private meetups with him. Yeah, most of my meetups with him were during more public meetups. But, you just hear it in everybody that called in, pretty much. You can hear it in their voices how much the guy will be missed.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't just raise the bar, guys. He raised the platform too. He brought us all up, made us all strive to his level of being just a damn awesome guy.
Brotherhood and fatherhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers, CJ.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and fade out now. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for your support. Don't forget to, as long as we remember, he'll always be with us.
True that.
do that.
Cheers, my brother. You'll forever be missed.
Cheers.
Cheers, CJ.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
save a seat for you, and we'll see you on the other side.